Pre-export and post-export financing. Niku has got a confirmed export order and has now started manufacturing her export items. However, there is considerable working capital cost involved in the process and Niku does not have enough money to cover all the costs. Not to worry, we explain here how the Government of India and banks can help her cover her costs. Finance can be extended to exporters at the pre-shipment stage in rupees as well as foreign currency. Here are some of the ways. Packing credit. Working capital finance can be extended in anticipation that the borrower would receive payment on export of the goods. This loan can be taken not just for packing but also for purchase, processing and manufacturing of exports. Niku needs to provide an export order or a letter of credit as proof. There is an interest which is charged on the packing credit given. Further, the firm must pledge its stocks or other advances against the credit given. Post-shipment finance. Post-shipment credit is an advance granted by a bank to an exporter like Niku after export shipment. It is always given against a proof of shipment of exports like the export declaration forms prescribed by the RBI. The advance is till the date of realization of the export proceeds. Advance against duty drawback. Duty drawback is a refund of duties like GST paid on inputs in the manufacture of export goods to the exporter. Banks can grant advances to exporters against their entitlements of duty drawback. The period of such advances is up to 90 days. Shipping bill copies containing the EGM number needs to be produced to the banks for such advances. Advance against scrips. As explained in earlier video, exporters are issued benefits by DGFT called MEIS and SEIS scrips under the Export from India Incentive Scheme for their goods or service exports. These scrips are freely transferable. They can be pledged to other parties in return for cash advances. Such transactions involving scrips are usually between individual entities and not with banks. Forfeiting. A forfeit is a French term meaning the right to relinquish. Here, Niku can relinquish her right to a future cash receivable to a third party called the forfeiter. In exchange, the forfeiter can provide her an immediate cash payment. The disadvantage to Niku here is that the value of this immediate cash payment would be at a discount to the actual receivable value. The advantage here is that any risks and responsibilities for collecting the debt are passed on to the forfeiter. Before forfeiting, Niku should go through the specific RBI circulars on forfeiting and ensure compliance. Factoring. Factoring is similar to forfeiting in concept. It differs from forfeiting in details as follows. Firstly, factoring is done on trade receivables of short maturities. Unlike forfeiting, in factoring, the buyer has legal recourse in case of non-payment and the entire risk and responsibilities are not transferred. Thirdly, in forfeiting, the export bill is purchased by the forfeiter, while in factoring, the invoice is purchased by the buyer at a discounted value. There are specific RBI circulars on factoring that Niku should read through. Interest Equalization Scheme. Lastly, the Department of Commerce or DGFT offers the Interest Equalization Scheme. Under this scheme, the interest rate charged by banks on pre- and post-shipment credit finance is reduced by 3% per annum. This reduction of 3% is covered by the Government of India to support trade entrepreneurs like Niku. For more details on packing credit, etc., Niku could approach a private or public sector bank.